Donald Trump is being sued. Why? Well, because the Trump administration has freezed funds for electric vehicle charging stations, and basically all these states, literally 15 states in America, are saying, hang on a minute, this money was meant to be for these charging stations. You've illegally blocked it. So they're suing the Trump administration. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching The Electric Viking. California and 15 other states, so I apologize, I was wrong. It's actually 16 states in total, are suing the Trump administration on Wednesday, saying the federal government was illegally withholding billions of dollars awarded to states for building electric vehicle charging stations. The US Transportation Department in February suspended the EV charging program and rescinded approval of state plans pending a review. Senate Democrats said President Donald Trump was withholding more than $3 billion from the program, which was approved as part of former President Joe Biden's Inflation Reduction Act. The lawsuit, joined by the District of Columbia, New York, New Jersey, and Colorado, among many others, was filed in U.S. District Court in Washington state. The states said the administration's decision will devastate the ability of states to build the charging infrastructure necessary for making EVs accessible to more consumers, combating climate change, reducing other harmful pollution, and supporting the state's green economies. A spokesperson for Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has not commented. However, in February, a group representing automakers and electric vehicle charging companies called on the Transportation Department to restore the funding. They said, this is illegal. Well, what the hell are you doing? Since his inauguration in January, Trump has moved to reverse Biden administration policies promoting a transition from fossil fuels to clean energy and battling climate change. But not only that, a lot of these policies were actually going to reduce the cost of electricity in the United States. Trump has advocated for a return to coal-fired power plants, which is absolutely insane. Now, the United States would be the only country in the world that's advocating for that kind of madness. And he's also advocated for an increase in domestic oil exploration and production. Now, yes, we do need oil to make things. We need oil to make plastics and many, many other things. So I can understand the oil thing to some degree. But coal, we do not need coal for electricity. And it is, in fact, significantly more expensive than renewable alternatives. As part of his stance, the president has taken aim at electric cars, halting distribution of government funds for vehicle charging stations from the $5 billion National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Fund. Trump revoked a 2021 order by Biden that sought to ensure half of all new vehicles sold in the United States were electric by 2030. Now, fortunately, the $7,500 EV incentive has not yet been revoked. So if you want to buy an electric car right now, could be the best time ever. If the Trump administration does cancel the $7,500 EV incentive, well, obviously, it's going to cost you a lot more to buy an EV. I think, to be honest, right now, the number of electric cars available in America, the quality of them, the range, it's improved significantly. And I think there's never been a better time to buy one. Hopefully, these 16 states win. And the Trump administration says, yeah, okay, and does what it should do. Give them the funding. Give them the funding to build these EV stations. Now, the funding wasn't going to cover all the stations. The states themselves are going to cover some of the cost. Businesses themselves are going to cover some of the costs. So it's like a really from multiple different stakeholders. And building out these DC fast chargers all across the United States will definitely have a positive impact on EV adoption. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Since I started this channel, I've been telling people for, well, now 4 years, don't buy a non-electric car, or at least do not buy a car that's not a plug-in hybrid or a fully electric car, because otherwise what's happened in Norway will happen to you. When I say what's happened in Norway, what I'm saying is, well, last month, electric car sales hit 98%. That doesn't include, there's no plug-in hybrids there. That's just fully electric cars, 98%. Imagine the resale value of cars that are not electric. If 98% of the public only want electric cars, Who's going to buy all these secondhand petrol, gasoline powered cars? The resale value is tanking. Interestingly, there's a whole lot of new models coming to the market, and manufacturers like Toyota, for example, are really going after that market. What this means is that Norway is getting more choice than other countries. So basically, if you choose to buy electric cars, manufacturers say, well, here you go, here's another model. Toyota's new CHR Plus, real mouthful of it, weird name, CHR Plus, electric SUV has arrived in Norway. It's got more than 370 miles of range. And guys, I've been obviously very critical on Toyota, I think fairly, but this new electric vehicle from Toyota, which is sort of a similar size, very similar size to a BYD Atto 3 or a Geely EX5, it's actually a pretty good car. The interior is a bit nasty, but the car itself, I'm surprised at just how good it actually is. By the way, this is a global electric car. Toyota say this is going to be sold in many markets all around the world. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. The CHR is, well, there is a hybrid version of this vehicle. There's also a non-hybrid version, I believe an ICE-only version, and this is the electric version. So Toyota have given this vehicle, well, the electric version is bigger than the non-electric version, which is kind of weird. So the actual size, I will learn, is very similar to a BYD Atto 3. It's about 4.5 meters long, 4,520 millimeters, and it's 1,870 millimeters wide. Yeah, like I said, very similar in size to a BYD Atto 3. Gives you a good idea of the actual dimensions. Now, this means it's got a fair bit of space, right? Behind the rear seats, there is 15 cubic feet of cargo room, which is 416 liters. Actually, that's not that good. It's okay. Anyway, that is a fair bit more space than the hybrid model. So you can see the design. I think it looks pretty good. The design on the outside, it's not great, but not bad. Not too bad at all. So this vehicle has just gone on sale in Norway, and I think other markets will follow within the next few months. Considering that, is it actually good? Should you consider buying one? Well, I guess that really does depend on the price. It does seem like a decent vehicle. I personally wouldn't buy one, but I'm sure there's definitely going to be a market out there. So let's have a look at what the actual details are. Okay, front wheel drive or all-wheel drive. And actually, this is Toyota's first proper fast electric car. The all-wheel drive version is very fast. So there's three different versions. There's the front-wheel drive, there's front-wheel drive long range, and there's all-wheel drive. Okay,